Hello, we're back. I'm playing the intro again, just so I got a little bit of time between the things. We're doing Sinfessions here. Let me go and pull that puppy up. We do have a backlog of them, so I probably won't link it in chat. But if you haven't been here before, the idea behind this segment is that we're reading over anonymous sins that people have done as children. Hopefully not serious ones. Hopefully not, you know, anything super bad. But turns out that every child does an excessive amount of violence. Well, just like, I mean, anything you've done, really, you know? Lots of peeing, lots of stealing from school. We got one here that's got their name. I'm gonna delete this one that's got their name in it, so that way we don't accidentally, like, get that person in a situation. But they had a thing. I've never watched this segment before. Yeah, give me half a second to scroll all the way to the bottom of this shit, because holy shit. Okay, we finally gotten down to the bottom. Good. All right, so I'm going to do the thing that I do every time. I'm going to recommend that if you have a real issue, like you are a person that is in a abusive relationship, you are having really bad things happen. I am a YouTuber and a streamer. I do have a degree in doing psychology stuff. That does not mean that I am the right person to take care of you when bad things happen. So use these links, these phone numbers. I picked the phone numbers for, you know, America, the UK, and like Canada, because those are like the most common regions that watch me on YouTube. It's totally fine that Luigi guy posted it. But generally speaking, we're going to be reading through these and just sort of laughing at our overall like stupidness. Starting with this one. I fucked up and ruined your day. I am a cringe fail son. I didn't realize you were me. Sin for being me. Because I'm usually the reason that my day sucks. But thank you. One of my favorite fighting games is Karate Champ on the NES. Not a sin? So sin for sending it in? In the third grade or so, there was a girl that liked me, and it really annoyed me. One day, I arrived at school, and she left a note in my backpack cubby area confessing her love to me. So I went inside the class. She was there with her mom for some reason. I didn't know what to do, so I crumpled it up in my hand and threw it at the wall and yelled, "No." She started crying, and I felt bad. Strangest part is our teacher lectured her and said something like, "If you did this as an adult, you'd be arrested." What? That curveball right at the end. Like, yeah, you're a kid. When you're at the age where you've got a backpack cubby, you don't know how to deal with, like, your mental whatever, you know? I mean, I guess, like, sneaking into someone's stuff is kind of messed up, but... What? What the fuck? Writing a love letter is, like... No, the teacher yelled at the girl, not him. I'm assuming him. There's actually no information to prove that it is him. I mean, yeah, breaking into someone's locker or whatever to... Yeah, the teacher is the only sinner here. You're awkward and cringe as a child, but, like, sure, we all are. Writing a love letter is a felony. Yeah. You know what they do to people who write love letters in prison? You don't want to know. Murder. Once got my mom unloading Christmas gifts from her car late at night, and I realized in that moment that Santa wasn't real. Unlike most kids who would have become depressed over the realization, I had the urge to tell all my classmates about this revelation. To sum it up, I lost a lot of friends that day. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. This was kind of a sin. But I get why you would do that, because you're a child, and you're like, Santa's not real, guys. IRL Grinch moment, yeah. You were that motherfucker. You were that motherfucker that did not allow children to enjoy their yeah. This kid, why are you booing me? I'm right. Yeah, seriously. Whenever I had to go clothes shopping, me and my brother would play this game where we would try to pants all the mannequins in the store. We never overdid it, but generally one mannequin was enough to make us really laugh hard. I'm sorry, but I find mannequins with their pants down to their ankles really funny. Well, you're fucking right, because that is funny. That's still funny, and I was thinking the entire time I was reading this, I need to fucking do that, because that's funny as shit. At the job I worked in, it's expected me to socialize with customers a lot for tips. Sin. I socialized tons the first year, but soon stopped talking to customers. They're obnoxious. Yes. They have nothing interesting to say, and anytime they're angry, I'm always the guy they blame. When I don't talk, the customers still insult me for not being as social as the other workers. It might not sound sinful, but when there are really cool customers looking for a fun time, but even when there are really cool customers looking for a fun time, I just can't care enough to socialize anymore. Ass. I don't know really why you threw ass in at the end of that sentence. Yeah, no, I think the sin is your boss is forcing you to talk to customers, and like, I fucking hate being a customer. Because I know what it's like to work in a store. Bartending is one of those things that I think you have to be an extremely extroverted person to enjoy. So, yeah, sin. Or not sin, but sin because your boss is forcing you to do it. I stink so bad. Take a shower. Sin? The most cringy thing I can admit to is that I am currently making a cock mod for Starfield. I need help finding a good maximum size, so give me a good link to be the maximum size for my Starfield cock mod. Private window. World's longest cock. .5 inches. Jonah Falcon. For some reason, having a 13+ inches means that I'm a bad person, or I'm egotistical, or I'm a porn star, or I'm dumb, or I'm a slut. I'm sick and tired of having these people wanting me to measure in front of them. I've done it 10,000 times already enough. Rather than again measuring his penis, Falcon shocked the host with a picture of it, leaving his viewers stunned. It's from a New York Post, but I mean, that's good enough. So yeah, round it out to like 14 inches. That's inconveniently large. If you look him up, you can see his trouser snake. No link this time because there's so many that I've got to get through, and I'd like to catch up some. If you still remember the link, you can go there. But yeah. It would suck, because if you got a boner, it would be a problem, you know? So yeah, I guess my answer is like 14 inches. Yeah, that sounds more than enough. I intentionally let earwax build up in my ear to the point that I can't hear out of it, so I can put wax medicine in it and listen to the satisfying pops when the wax melts out of my ear. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? Sin? Yeah. When I was a kid, say 8 or 9, I placed a bet on a friend that he couldn't shit in his mother's car. I'd give him $10, he took a shit, and his mother began to scream at him something awful. I got to keep the $10 and watch my friend get grounded and got away with it. How exactly did he get in trouble? Did he do it like as a like, was the car moving? Or did you just shit himself randomly? That's a check on your bingo card for shitting or pissing somewhere you're not supposed to. I was a straight man, but after seeing Fred Knudsen's VTuber model, I can safely say I'm bi now. You're bi all along. You just didn't know. Which model? Probably the more recent one. See, the thing about being gay or whatever is like, because it's not like the default switch that society has for us, you just didn't know. It's like the killer's already inside the house, but it's like, or like, you know, Shigidiri or whatever, like, you are already dead? No, you're already gay. You're either a furry or you're into twinks. When I was a teenager, I tried responding to a casting call for a reality show that was semi-popular but garnered heavy controversy. That literally does not narrow it down at all, but okay. I ended up backing out at the last minute because I thought my family was joking about being supportive. I don't think the second season ever went into production due to said controversy. I think I dodged a bullet there. Possible child labor law violations and entries of past contestants' experience. What was the name of that show? Kid Nation? Yeah, I don't think they filmed a second season out of that because there were lots of issues with it. I don't know what Fat Nuts himself looks like, so I don't know if he's cute. That's a separate question. He's 100% on the twinks slider. Yeah, everyone's on the twink scale. You know? I saw a Bible from the campground cabin I was staying at a long time ago. I don't know why I did this. I still have it on my shelf. I wonder what Jesus would think of that, you know? Like... do you think God would... Is that a sin? Like, okay. Pretend God's real for a minute if you don't believe in him, right? Okay, so... What do you think God would think of that? Because stealing's a sin, but also, like, love thy neighbor and love God with all thy heart. Is like... Jesus was like, more important than saving the, you know, whether or not you work on a Sunday or not to save the... It's a sin to steal from churches, but not to steal from a random cabin. I work at Barnes & Noble, and Bibles are one of the highest stolen items in our store around Easter and the holidays. Yeah, I mean, if it's like a Gideon Bible or whatever, where they kind of hope that you steal it, that's a different thing entirely. That's, yeah, also, like, well, I think God would be fine with you illegally smuggling Bibles into places where they're not supposed to be. I legitimately don't know if this is a sin or not. I don't give a shit. So for me personally, I don't think it's a sin. But, you know, there's that. Oh, so it's fine to break the law one way, but not the other. Yes. Jesus even said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. You know, it's like, if we're supposed to be paying taxes, then you fucking pay your tax. I don't give a shit. It's not important. Follow the law. Except for do the God thing. More important, you know? So, like, religion being a business is sacrilege, yeah, agreed. Taxation is theft, so it's always morally correct to steal from the rich, but, like, that's not in the Bible. No, you're fine, Android. I'm trying to, yeah, no, I think Jesus is okay with you, sneaking Bibles into places. I don't think he has a problem with you stealing them either, maybe? I don't know, actually. It's been a minute since I've read the Bible. The render unto Caesar's was not about taxes. I thought it was about tithes or something like that, right? My guess is if it's helping people read the word, then it's fine. I think that's right. Do you think that being bi would be the majority if there wasn't social pressure to be straight? I think whatever the societal pressure would be the thing that would be the standard. So if everyone was just default assumed to be bi, then everyone would be default assumed to be bi. And it'd be brave and challenging and, like, subversive for me to say that I'm straight. So, like, he was speaking and being asked if it was cool for Jews to pay taxes to Caesar or something. Right, but, like, what? I haven't been able to commit to seeing your Baldur's Gate 3 streams because Dad is unironically attractive to the point of me finding it distractive. You are a scaly. You are a furry. Enjoy. Sen. Dad Dragon from Baldur's Gate 3 is my Dragonborn guy. Scaly. Fuck me. It glitched out. Alright, fine. Around 4th or 6th grade, I was into YouTube videos that I would have entertained a kid around 11 years old. In the early 2000s, ASDF movie and MLP on crack in particular. As it turns out, I used to parrot a ton of these things, repeat phrases that I've heard from something and say them aloud. I quoted something not so child-friendly sentences loudly and imitate the voices while I was doing. This resulted in multiple teachers hearing Ouija, what the fuck, boom, and the classic during class. 100% scarred some teachers. Yeah, that would fuck with some teachers, huh? Also, give me half a second because I gotta fix. Every now and it glitches out, and then I have to, like, scroll all the way back down to the bottom again. Saying memes out loud is sin. In general. Like, this is, like... Yeah. One time I yelled chocolate milk are for pussies because of a Smosh video. Oh, okay. I haven't been able to commit to seeing your... Oh, right. There we go. I blew up Malaysia. I'm sure the people in Malaysia would be upset about that. I don't know much about what's going on in Malaysia. But, sin, I guess? Rip to everyone in Malaysia? When I was 11 or 12, I used to steal a lot of things. You're in great company, it turns out. You're all thieves and maniacs, I've found. Mostly candy and gum, and thankfully it was a habit I've broken as an adult, but I've never got caught super seriously over it. But my mother, who I dislike, would scold me whenever do you dislike her because she stopped you from stealing things? Had gotten to the point that during a road trip to visit one of my grandmas, she took me to the police department and haggled me in front of the police officer to try and scare me out of it. It's more awkward than anything, but that said, I still pirate games. Most normal chat member. As long as you're not pirating like indie games. Middle school grade-wise field trip person here. As a kid, I was mislabeled as autistic and such, and stunted my general school knowledge for over a decade. Oh, the fun of being mislabeled with a mental disease of some case. They can mislabel people as autistic? Yes. That can fuck with your life quite a bit. I've also had a computer in front of me since I was 9 thanks to my dad. The combination of general hatred for the mistreatment I got and messing with my computers got me access to every kid's drive in the school network. I didn't do anything evil with it, but I certainly could have. I thank the iCarly episode of hacking the school grades for it. Why did you guys all hack the computers at fucking school? Stop. Holy shit. I'm a programmer, and sometimes we use camel case for method names. It's a practice of writing phrases without spaces and capital. I was going to explain it, but yes. Capitalized words like do some stuff, where you've got the capital S's, so that way you know where the words begin and end without having to have spaces. Is good for programming. So I was in a call with 2 workers, and I wanted to say this needs to be camel case, but I said camel toes. I immediately realized my mistake and apologized many times. One of my coworkers said it's fine. The other one seemed confused. I don't think he knew what that meant. Because of this, I now avoid saying camel case. That is a I'm tired moment, and you fucked up. That is... Wow. That is a borderline Freudian slip, yeah. You want to know like how porn can fuck up your life? You're looking up camel toes and then you have to go to work and talk about camel case. Might cause you some problems. Sin, but a funny one. This next one, like... One time I accidentally ingested over 1,000 milligrams of edibles with some friends. Started playing Jackbox at some... I'm sorry. 1,000 milligrams. Give me a minute. I need to check something. Okay, yeah, just wanted to confirm that. How the fuck are you not dead? Because I'm looking at the CBD that I take, and shit, dude. Like, give me like 20 milligrams and I'm fucked. A 1,000 milligrams. The bag of the CBD I buy claims that it has 200 milligrams in it. What's up with your hair? It's ass today, I know. So I'd have to eat 5 of those fucking bags. CBD is legal in Texas. Wow. I don't even know if you'd realize you were alive anymore. What is CBT? Cognitive behavioral therapy. We started playing Jackbox at some point. I was so high I couldn't even type. All I could vaguely remember was laughing out loud at absolutely nothing. The next day I woke up and I was still super high. Yeah, you would fucking be very high for a while. Like, I'm legitimately surprised that you did not just straight up die from this. I was going to be I thought I was going to just permanently be like this, and it was the most disorienting thing I ever experienced. That high lasted 3 days, and on the 4th day I got high again, but the normal amount. Sin. Why? What did you do for 3 days? Like, did you have to call into work? That's absolutely incredible, man. Don't do this. Don't even do it as a joke, man. The package says take like 5 milligrams. Do not take all of them. That guy on that Dracula flow. 100%. Congratulations on surviving. I don't know why you decided to get high again on the 4th day. That was just, man. I once ordered a pizza at night. The pizza guy calls me from outside, to come outside. I do so, and I stand in my driveway getting blasted by his high beams, waiting for him to get out and hand me my food. I can't really see him because of light, and I can't see him moving around his seat to get ready. So I just stand there for a few minutes staring at him through his windshield, long enough to get bored. Anyway, too long, I realized that I had been glaring like a murderer at a couple trying to make out my driveway. That did not happen. Sin for posting this. That did not happen. That 100%. I once had sex with a Kentucky Klondike bar. Do not look it up. Hold on. Urban Dictionary says, the act of freezing a bowel movement and sexually penetrating another with the frozen bowel movement. So frozen poop. That seems like a meme to me. I don't think that's a real thing. Frozen poop dildo is probably not on my list of things. Sin if this is real, sin if it's not. Forgive me, Rev, for I've sinned, I guess. At my previous job, we used to use AutoCAD, a computer-aided drafting program. AutoCAD for all the architects in the mechanics and chat. We found an architect who had to put up a couple car drawings in their plans. Myself and a couple other workers took them and shrunk them down and proceeded to hide them in other drawings. So a bunch of California mechanical and electrical and plumbing plans. There are a bunch of hidden tiny cars that only my coworkers and I know about. That's amazing. There's no badness of this. That's hilarious. Like, that's like, this is absolutely what you would do if you were bored as fuck. People unironically intentionally do this. Yeah, it's like fake places on Google Maps or whatever. It's like a watermark. Or maps that have fake towns. I know someone who keeps calling MatPat sexy and hot, and I feel secondhand embarrassment for her, and I genuinely worry about her. Yeah, YouTubers are not actually hot, man. Like, I can't think of a single YouTuber that I think is hot. Let me just put it that way. You know? Your friend is Markiplier? Markiplier's not a bad looking dude. Yeah, okay, I'll give you Markiplier. Dan Avidan? I'm being real with you, Dan, and I don't mean any disrespect, Dan, if you ever see this, but he looks like a guy that would roll a solid fucking blunt, you know? Nice. Like, I think you're straight and committed to your wife. I mean, like, I don't mean anything bad by that, but, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people, like, combine, like, their personality is nice with, like, their physical appearance is hot. People, like, fucking MatPat. I don't. He looks like a haunted Ken doll. What are you talking about? Like, he's got a better hairline than me, but, like, there's like a secret pain to that smile. He looks like a main character from a very mid Disney show. It looks like that one gay character played by a straight dude in that CW show. Like, I'm sorry, just no, man. Reenact his smile? Is that right? But there's no eyebrow to it. It's very pained looking. That's actually really good advice on how to, like, fake a smile. Gay? Fake or gay? That's a sin. At least I got viewers. There's that. That's a dedicated viewer. I love how this one came right after I said there are no hot YouTubers. Yeah, I don't really know why you needed to tell me that. Whenever you stream, I would drop my pants and let my dick free whenever I see you on webcam, which means that it's out right now. No reason. It's just pretty much tradition at this point. And yes, it becomes hard whenever I see you. You are gay. Hello, Rev. I'm the Extreme Leapfrog Anon from a few months ago. I just came across a question that someone asked about the stairway injuries and what the odds are statistically that such a fall being fatal. Someone come in with a very helpful answer, which is that when they look up annual numbers in the US, you have about a bit over a 1% chance of your fall being fatal. So to cover me and absolutely not a motivator in me wanting to revive the game again. Hop, hop, hop. This was them like yeeting themselves over each other on the stairs or something? I don't remember the whole details. I accidentally stole a Nintendo magazine when I was 12. I slid it up my sleeve while messing around and forgot it was there. How did you do that? How did you forget? Sin? Sleight of hand check. Yeah, succeeded. Super success. That's not an accident. I don't like shove something up your sleeve and see if you forget about it. One time I had an upset stomach and a 5-year-old somehow managed to shit so hard. 5-year-old me managed to shit so hard it flew up and got stuck on this. No, it didn't. Sin. My mother, who has moved in with me and my grandparents, constantly eats everything with brand new boxes of food we bought yesterday being empty in the morning. My grandparents got me mint chocolate chip ice cream, my favorite, as a treat. My mom said that it was hers too and asked me if I wanted to fight her for it. I took her bluff, stood up, and punched her in the nose. Fake. When I lived in the city, there was some kid who left a fire extinguisher in the alley for some reason. I set it off. That sounds real. Yeah, that sounds like a thing that someone would do. Like, if I just saw a fire extinguisher just out and about, I'd be like, yeah, all right, fuck it. I believe that. That's why fire extinguishers on college campuses are always gone and broken. So context, you know that song that's, sorry, Mrs. Jackson, ooh, I am for real? I don't. Anyway, first time I sang a meme version of the song, I shitted my pants, ooh, I am for real, to myself in my head. While sitting at the table for my older brother, I apparently said that silent to myself out loud. My brother heard me and went, excuse me, and we both died laughing. I was trying to explain to him the song. I was so embarrassed. And now my brother and I, whenever we are together, we just say that and snicker at me. I want dead. Okay. I don't know this song, so I don't. Sin, I guess. Dan Avidan already found out that I think that he can roll good weed. I made a longbow, and while I was trying it in my backyard, I decided to shoot at a tree like an idiot. The arrow bounced off the tree, went over the fence, and into my neighbor's backyard. I had to sneak in to get it back before they noticed. If you're older than 30 and lived in America your entire life, you have heard this song. I'm sure. I'm 35, so yes, I probably have heard it. It is an Outkast song? Alright, fuck. I'm gonna mute the audio for a second. Mrs. Jackson. What's the line? I already deleted it. I am for real. Sorry, Mrs. Jackson, I'm for real. This is Outcast, and it's Mrs. Jackson. Okay. Double checking. Audio's muted. Just that way we don't have to worry about copyright claims. Oh. I want to just... I don't actually know this song. I have no idea what this song is. Like, I've heard Hey Ya and stuff, but I haven't heard that song. Like, the chorus, I was like, that's almost a thing that I've heard of. It's a few albums before Hey Ya. Hey Ya is a great song because it's not a happy song. Kind of has the same energy as that one, actually. Except for Hey Ya is like, you guys just want to dance. I love that line. That song is so incredibly well written on so many different levels. Like, go and read the lyrics sometime, because it's not a good song. The burning asphalt story reminds me of when I was a teenager and also a bona fide pyromaniac. My elder neighbor was insane and sold us some really old M80s. My friend... It's a firecracker. My friend, a friend of mine would later decide a fun thing to do in my garage was threaten to light it by waving the lighter in front close to the fuse and pull it away at the last second. One time he didn't pull it away fast enough. He screamed, I screamed, we threw it down the driveway, it bounced and then blew. We got up, shut the garage, and went inside. That's a sin, but not your fault. M80 firecracker. Hold on one second.
Okay, let's go ahead and try the M80 next. Oh, this is just over dramatic. M80, this is gonna be insane.
Probably should stand back a little further.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
I mean... All right. Like, that's just a small explosive. Yeah, no, that is a problem. I suppose you could have a real one, but the ATF would probably come down on that guy that sold them if they ever found out, yeah. The kitties are starving. I did not feed them yet. Did you feed them breakfast? Because I didn't, because they seemed very calm when I woke up at like 11 today. Thank you for feeding the kitties. I love you. Yeah, I was very restless last night. Thank you. Hi, Rev. Remember when I talked about the OC that had taken over my life and why I don't draw as much fan art? Well, you told me it was a sin if I didn't draw him hornier. Anyways, I'm going to hell. I've drawn him hornier. I don't even remember this, but yeah. Oh, right. I need to turn the music down. Sorry. Let me reread this. Hi, Rev. Remember when I talked about the OC that had taken over my life and that's why I don't draw as much fan art? And you told me that it was a sin that I didn't draw him hornier. Anyway, I'm going to hell because I draw him hornier. Honestly, it has been the most fun I've ever had art-wise. Great. As a person who does a shit ton of safe for work art, doing not safe work in a safe space of a character I enjoy has been fun. I'm going to hell and I'll see you all there. Carpool? Yeah. Hell sounds like a party to me. I used to make fake emails to chat with strangers on MSN through 4chan. What? A girl I liked joined in, coached me through some chats, and it got serious. I accidentally got a guy to fall in love with a random character we made, and I had to ghost him as it was getting too hard to fake it. Still, so sorry, random dude near Toledo, Ohio. That's a sin. I'm glad the last person was able to, like, enjoy art more. That's great. This is sad. We do not have control over what the keyword is for gay sex now. When I was in high school, I was dating someone for about 6 months when the relationship seemed to be stale. And at the time, I was gaining interest in someone else, so I broke up with them to pursue that person a week later. Nothing came of it, but I still wonder if I was skirting the line of cheating or if I was an a-hole. Okay. This gets into the question of, like, is emotional cheating bad? I think that's normal. Like, when you start to, like, move on emotionally, that's probably the sign that you know, I mean, like, you broke up with him before you did anything. You didn't make any moves towards the person. I don't think that this was, I think that's kind of just normal behavior. Like, yeah, for, like, high school? Sure. Why not? Yeah, you broke up before pursuing. You realized that there was no, like, spark in the relationship, and you moved on. Yeah, I would say this is not a sin. This is just normal. I think. Neither was I am an asshole too. It's better than a lot of people, yeah, rather than just, like, cheating on someone so that way they stop dating you so you can move on. You know, you're not doing that. Garlic guy is good. Okay? I pricked a friend by gaslighting him to believe that we had a friend named Tucker that they keep forgetting about. I went the long-term route by making him believe Tucker existed and keeps beating himself up about forgetting Tucker. To this day, he still thinks that Tucker exists and asks where he is. Why? Sin, what the fuck is wrong with you? Hello? Hi, cute stuff.
That one you just read.
Uh-huh. Which one?
The one about somebody trolling somebody else about.
Oh, yeah.
Person. I recently heard a really good horror story around that premise.
Really?
Yeah. Where it was a group of girls and
They were like all catfishing a guy?
No. They're all friends.
Mhm.
And then there's 5 girls, right?
Right.
And one of the girls, like, hey, this is Zoe. She just moved here from, like, out of town. And the one girl is like, who are you talking about? Because she couldn't physically see her.
What?
Yeah. And then she ended up, I'm not gonna spoil it. But anyways, like, it's a really good one. It was on a podcast. It was a really good story.
Oh, was it on Scared to Death or?
No, it wasn't. No. It's a separate podcast. This one is. I listen to so many scary ones.
Oh no, we're talking about horror stories. This is totally fine. Yeah, this is not a real story. It's fine for yeah.
No. This one was a horror story. I'll find it and I'll tell you, and then you can share it with chat because it's really good. But it's the same premise where this group of girls like introduce a fourth girl into their friend mix, and one girl cannot see her, and that's the premise.
That's weird.
It's really cool. Anyways.
I'm sorry.
So, like,
You did, however, I would just like to say you did say that, and you look really pretty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not gonna go super long tonight because I'm still kind of exhausted, but you need alone time all the same. Okay. All right. Well, I love you. Kiss me. I love you.
Kiss
Mm?
Gross.
Gross. You're gross. I love you too.
Ah, I'm gross.
You just called me
I
gross.
know, but you are gross.
I am gross. I love you too. You forgot about Tucker? Good. I'm turning 20 in 2 months and I still pick and eat my boogers. Okay. Gross. Sin. When I was like 13, I drew Roy X Pick Yowie. Am I going to hell? How old is Pitt? From Kid Icarus. The artist was 13. Okay, fair enough. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be a sin, it's going to be about their fictional ages of these characters. I think they're just anime boys. I think that's fine. I don't know enough about either of these characters. One's from Fire Emblem and the other one's from a game I've never touched, so I don't know things. They're both anime teen boys. Are they about like the same age? Because like that's probably fine then. Like Pitt looks like young. Yowie is you know what? Look it up. They're in Smash together, yeah. I'm slightly overweight, around 10 kilos away from my perfect BMI, as my mom says. Fuck your mom. Fuck your mom for even considering the BMI as a valid scale on weight, but continue. She insists to eat less pastries and fast food, but sometimes I go on foot to the Fairway store, 2 hours there and back, and eat a burger at the cafe that happens to be on the way there. Slightly ashamed of not listening to my mom and not trying to get more fit. How much of a sinner am I? BMI is a lie. BMI is incredibly bullshit. Let's do a BMI calculator. All right, your height. I am 6 foot, 3 inches tall, and about 190. All right, real quick. Would you say that I'm overweight? Like, I think I'm like an average build. I'm not like the most muscly guy ever, but I wouldn't say I'm fat, right? Let's see what this says. Your BMI is... Okay, it says I'm normal weight. It's called me fat before. BMI has called me fat multiple times. Let's say I'm 200. I don't know where I'm at actually right now. 25. Yeah, so I'm like getting into the overweight category. The thing is, it doesn't calculate stuff like muscle density. You know, BMI is fucked if you look off the scale. It claims that the tallest person to ever exist, 9'11", be so skinny. Yeah, I mean, I will say that you walk 2 hours there and back to get a burger. Like, I remember being like almost 200 pounds and like just gaunt, like skeletal, because of how much like working out I was doing. Like, I had no body fat at all, and I was still like, BMI says I'm fat. Like, it's bullshit. How many calories do you burn by walking? Well, I guess we don't know how fast do people tend to walk? About 2 to 4 miles per hour. Okay, so let's say you walk 4 miles. So 4 miles there and 4 miles back, because that's like the low end of the spectrum. So 8, how many calories do you burn walking 8? Well, I guess a mile, but what's 8 miles? Walking 8 miles a day would result in about 680 to 1,800 calories burned. Like, that's a burger. The thing about people who grow up in famine and poverty conditions is that they usually have, or who have parents who did, it causes your body to accumulate fat so much more easily as a defense mechanism, sure. Like, I don't know what a kilo is. Like, but... Well, I'm just saying, like, if you walk and you burn like 600 something calories, like a burger is only gonna be like 600 to 1,000 calories if it's one of those really bad for you, like fast food burgers. So you're probably somewhere in the district of like, aren't calories also kind of bullshit? Dude, I don't even know, man. Listen, if you are personally... Okay, let me put it to you this way. If your doctor is concerned about your weight, then you should be concerned. If you are concerned about your weight and you're not taking it to an abusive level, that's fine. You know? If you're concerned about this, maybe break it down a bit. Like, if you're like... I bet you right now you're breaking even on the calories there. But if you want to lose some weight, which I don't know if you even really need to do or not, but if you did want to, cut out the drink or something. Switch the drink to water or something. Like, you're cutting out maybe 200 calories right there. Like, yeah. I don't know about this one. Like, I've always heard that calories are, yeah, like a unit of energy. So, like, I've always assumed they're real to some degree. That's what Chad is saying as well. But, like, yeah. It definitely could have been one of those like, oh, it's not actually real things. You know what I mean? Like different races having any sort of like medical differences aside from like some people from this one specific region of this one specific town have a higher likelihood of getting this thing, but like most of those people are black. So if we just say all black people have this issue, then there you go. Like that's shit science, really. But I'm digressing. I'm the person that I said that I thought Mike was transphobic. I don't actually think he is. I just wanted to be mean. And in fact, I like his streams and I watch them live sometimes. I'm really sorry. I'm stupid. Don't hurt yourself on this, man. It's not worth. Sorry. Yeah, I think the 2,000 calories a day is probably like, I mean, there's no way that's accurate for everyone. Yeah, I mean, like, take the L on this one. It's okay. You're fine. I diffused it for you. Because everyone was, like, on board with that. This is less of a sin and more of a weird-ass life hack. But I've recently taken to flipping off camera whenever someone takes a picture of me. It makes me giggle, so that way I'm smiling in pictures, which I can't do otherwise. The downside is, of course, telling everyone to sit and spin in all my pictures. Okay. I mean, like, whatever gets you to laugh, man. Like, if you can smile in the photo because you do that, like, yeah. I don't think that Mike read about someone calling him transphobic in Sin Fashions. I'm not going to tell him that because it was bullshit and they can go fuck themselves for it. But turns out it was a joke, so we're going to be okay with it. I have to kiss my wife in order to smile. Well, I'm the guy that had a dream of my girlfriend being turned into a monster by cultists and devouring people. Well, at an extension of that dream, she specifically transformed into Lamia, or a snake person, and quite literally shed her human skin when the cultists were transforming her. And at the end of the dream, she was fucking cultists and eating them, and I was forced to see before she ate me, fucking the cultists at the same time. What the fuck is wrong with me in my dreams? Slaanesh wants to talk. Are you into this? What kind of porn are you looking at? Maybe... Slaanesh is closing in on your location. This is like exactly what would happen in a Slaaneshi cult. Well, hey, Rat King. How you doing? My dreams aren't this deliberate, dude. I have the urge to kink shame. I don't even know if we need to kink shame them here. More of the Mike confession thing since I'm genuinely sorry. I'm a stupid person. I decided to spam your confessions with all my stupid things and Vinesauce references. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Rev. I still do like Vinny more, though. Okay. I feel like that this was... Okay, so this was said by someone who was actually having, like, a bit of a breakdown, is my read. Is that, like, they saw me telling them to go fuck off, and they were, like, incredibly upset about it. Do I say sorry? This happens in my, yeah, I mean, this is the thing about being like famous to some degree. And I'm talking about like, I've got 360 something people watching me famous, right? Not famous. Like, people aren't expecting me to call them out. People are not expecting me to go, excuse me, chat member who said that shit, fuck you. You know? I will be honest with you. I put this behind me like the day this happened. I do not, like, I got it out of my system. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, when people get called out, that's when they get concerned. Like, I just let it go, man. It is confusing on why you decided to throw a I still like Vinny more in there. Like, your content's not as good as Vinny's. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know, man. You don't have to like me. You don't even have... I don't have to be your favorite, but there's no reason to tell me. You know what I mean? I fucking love Fred Knudsen streams, but I'm having a hard time watching lately because his new VTuber avatar is creepy and off-putting. It sucks, because I put his streams on in the background and I miss all the on-screen stuff, but man, that avatar is hard to look at. Some people are horny about it. Sin, I guess? There's a high school crush of mine. Both her and I were 16. Sin for bad grammar. No, wait, that is good grammar. Shit. I'm the sinner. I was so nervous around her that I was socially awkward. One day she asked me out on a date. I got excited. The cringe part was during the date. She wanted to kiss me and socially anxious. Okay, so you're 16 in this. Socially anxious me tried to kiss her, but we ended up biting her tongue instead. I left a small hole in her tongue afterwards. Teenagers are so bad at this. How does this happen? Some people are very bad at kissing. I feel a little bit better about my own kissing abilities. Like, yeah. I once spent 2 hours explaining Final Fantasy VII, or why Final Fantasy VII was the best game that had ever been made because one of the characters died, to a girl who was extremely disinterested. Okay. Sin. But typical Sin. Yeah? That reminds me of the Warhammer video from earlier. Yeah, honestly. And shit your pants. Fuck you, Sin. I watch Mike regularly, even when I'm out of the house. One time, I went to spend a weekend over at my elderly mother. I'm in my 30s, she's in her 70s, for our family reunion. I left the PC on. My mom ended up seeing Mike on stream, and her, a 75-year-old woman, was pressuring me to ask for Mike's phone number. She can... This is not real. This did not happen. Fake. I've read the next one because I wasn't sure if it was spoilers for Fiona and Cake, but it doesn't look like it is, so I'm going to read it. Recent Fiona and Cake Adventure Time spinoff is bringing me back to how hardcore I used about the original series and how I have literally all the seasons and various books and comics about Ben and Jake. The books on my shelf have been collecting dust, so I'm not sure if I should let them go of them because the interest in Adventure Time has been dead until recently. Like, maybe hold on to them until you don't care any again. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, if it's not in your way, like, it's fine. Keep it. An ex-girlfriend was extremely abusive to me. Okay, hold up. Oh, okay. There is a Fiona and Cake spinoff, yes, and they say fuck words. Okay. An ex-girlfriend was extremely abusive to me, threatening suicide over friends, I had gaslighting me and hated my friends and all that sort of shit. Towards the end of the relationship, she wanted me to go to Turkey with her to fix things between us. I went to Turkey with a native guide. We came back. I waited a week until one day after her birthday, then broke it off. I regret not ending it sooner, but Turkey was cool. Well, I'm about to stop, so there's not much of a reason to do the Senfessional link, and I'm so far behind on them that I opted to not link it today. At least Turkey was cool. Not a sin, I guess. You're the one who had to deal with it. Nicer of you than they were. You were nicer to them rather than the other way around. Because you waited until after their birthday to break up with them. When I was in middle school, I went through this phase where I would call my dad Tucson. If you don't know, that's how you say father in Japanese. I was a little weeb, Sin. He was cool about the whole thing and would respond to it no matter what. I'm sure he was glad when I stopped. Yes, he probably was. Cringe and Sin, but yes, you're a weeb. You already knew that. When I was a kid, I would run up to manholes and huff the sewer gas. It smelled amazing for some reason. Goblin behavior. One time I forgot to spell. I assume this means how to spell the word of. I spent 10 minutes trying to think of how to spell it, and I filled half a page of me just writing down stuff like of. First I thought it was spelled ove, but then I came to the realization that placing an N on it would have spelled oven. I don't understand what you... This is definitely one of those ones that, like... You're kind of real for this. You're good, dude. This was a bad day for you, wasn't it? 28 days ago. I feel like you've already exacted your revenge on yourself. Like, you're forgiven from my point of view. Because this definitely hurt you emotionally. You can move on. You're okay. We're okay. We're chill, man. I don't even know who you are. And I never will. Because, like, you can just not tell me. I have been a furry since 2012, and I don't have a fursona. Oh, I don't know much about furries, but like... Yeah, I actually don't know what this is. Like, I guess you don't have to have a fursona to be a furry. Just seems like a natural thing to do. Like, I don't know. Owning a motorcycle if you like motorcycles? Are you asking for one signed? Chat mandated fursona? Okay. If we're gonna give them a fursona, let's not fucking make it a wolf. Let's not do any of those basic bitch ones. Most common fursona based on state. From r/furry. Okay, these are state personas. That's not what I'm looking for. I knew there was this Twitter one that got posted. Okay, so not a dragon, wolf, bunny, fox, skunk, husky, or otter. Those are the most common ones according to this random fucking thing I found on Twitter. Yeah, skunk apparently. Possum could be okay, sure. Squid? Snails or slugs as fursonas. Probably not a great choice. Bear, if you are that way. Groundhog? Groundhog's pretty good. Raccoon's pretty good. Capybara? Squid or kraken? Octopus? Giraffe? Elephant? Random animal generator. There's just a website of this. All right, here's what we do. We're gonna randomly assign you one. I'm gonna hit this a bunch of times and then pick a number between 1 and 6, chat. Or we could do a vote. Let's do a vote. Pick a number. Let's do a vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it only goes up to 5, so you only get the option of one of these 5. Top 5 numbers, part 2. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. That was a great video. That's one of my favorite videos that I've done. It's this fucking dumbass video. You see that, like, perfect distribution there? That's really wild, man. Like, there's a fucking bell curve. It looked like 4 won. Alright, so now, using 4, I'm gonna hit this button. So I found a website. It's called randomlist.com, random animal. I'm gonna hit this button 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever the 4th one is, it's crow. You're a crow. 3-1? Alright. You're a domary, I guess. There you go. Go with one of these. I don't know what the fuck a harbeast is. Can I take the crow? Sure. This is actually a great way of figuring out a thing, because like these are like kind of basic animals. Basilisk? That is not a real animal. Well, anyway, there you go. Now you have a fursona assigned by Chad. We're gonna read like 5 more. How come they only have like a few hundred? I think they're going for the basic bitch and animals. Right as you were reading Confessions and reading that one that just said, "I'm scared," my dad burst into my room, hi Bernaska Witch, and slammed down my laptop cover out of instinct, and he got super pissed because they thought I was doing something inappropriate. Now I'm scared. Thanks, Rev. Not Bernaska Witch. Okay. Me and my girlfriend would see that's improper grammar. Sin for bad grammar. Me and my girlfriend would play Pokemon competitively to see who's the top and who's the bottom before sex. So far it's 2-7. Which position are you winning? Like, which position are you trying to go for? This is like the nerdiest shit that I've ever heard, but it sounds like an awesome relationship. Congratulations, y'all. You found some freak that's just like you. Sin, but like parentheses good. My friend had a bad day at work. I go to the store they work at to try and waste as much time of their manager's times as possible. My favorite thing to do is talk about the plot of Morrowind, but frame is an actual thing that's happening to me. How many times have you done this? Okay, I just googled the plot of Morrowind. You sound like a lunatic. Have you heard of white people? I saw a mud crab the other day. I was on my way to school the other day and I got attacked by these fucking cliff racers. Yeah, you know, the other day I was uncovering some prophecies regarding the Nevi'er and trying to fulfill them to defeat Dagoth Ur and the Six House cult. You know. And it was like a Monday, so like, I mean, fucking Mondays, you gotta deal with the Six House cult. I have a feeling that this is fake, but I appreciate it. Most of the time I try and jump as much as possible, so that way I can really get my athletics up. I'm addicted to skooma. Once when I was young, I licked a frozen pole on the street and waited for a school bus and had to wait several minutes for someone to show up so my mom could come out of the house with hot water and unstick me. The kid from Christmas Story sent this one, yeah. Let's read 2 more. When I was in kindergarten, I used to steal crayons from the classroom. I'd leave them outside in the playground on hot days so they'd melt into the rocks because it looked cool. Based. That does look cool. Agreed. I don't remember if I sent this already, but the poop toilet wall guy from earlier reminded me that me and my sister did that to a door and it had to be burned. Okay, I don't know what that's referencing, so I'm gonna keep going. This is the last one then. When I was like 8, my grandma caught a frog out of her pool and kept it in a little container with air holes. And gave it to me to look at. I accidentally had to go when I was trying to pet it, and I, an extremely sensitive child, cried and wrote my grandmother a letter about how sorry I was for losing the frog. She didn't actually care if she was planning on releasing it anyway, but I still think about it sometimes. Basically, I'm still just as sensitive. You are a very kind, sweet person. If this is the worst sin you have, you're fine. Not a sin, kind of adorable, actually. This is like the opposite of a sin. But with that one, I mean, you didn't kill it. That's what I was expecting. That's where I was expecting this story to go. That you just like straight up fucking murdered this thing for no reason. We are still like horribly far behind. There's new stuff, despite the fact that we didn't have the link up for that long. Luckily not that too many. But I'm gonna check and see if there's any art. If you want to post art of me, or you know that you want me to see, hashtag RevFart on Twitter. And then I'm gonna check and see if there's any art on the Boru. No. So thank you guys for watching. Raid Mike? Yeah, I mean, people are already leaving for Mike anyway, so I might as well raid him. I'll see you guys tomorrow with something. I don't know what it is. I'll go check in on Mike. Yeah. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.